Remarks on Psychology, Art, and Doctrine. In Performance So, Lifshitz in 1938 inherently undermines the situation that the dispersed, often fragmented nature of Marx's remarks on art and literature mirrors a simply casual, experimental broken utility in the subject on Marx's section, and that this is the wicked result of putting economics first. Anyway, while Engels and Marx performed their final contemporary value options in expressions of the struggle of the proletariat and bourgeois, they often utilized a more specified public classification, and this also was correct of their tactic group values in art. Anyway, we all before us the thematic fundamental force of individual in the format of alien, sensuous, and beneficial themes in the shape of reluctance displayed in normal materialistic manufacture, which can be recognized as a section of that common activity, just as that activity can be recognized as a special part of manufacture, since all individual activity hitherto has become labor that is manufacturer activity excluded from itself. What's more, a psychology for which such this, the section of that most contemporary and attainable to feeling continues a log publication, cannot become a true, overall, and actual science. What in fact are we to believe of a science which vigorously abstracts from this big section of individual work and which fails to sense its own insufficiency, while such a portion of individual try exposed before it knows not anything more to it than maybe what can be voiced in one expression, need, vulgar need. However, Ferrer in 1942 recognized that literature offers to us the circumference, the sides of destiny, the delications and the pains, the sufferings, the dreams, the imaginations, the ambitions, the cruelties, the disgraces, the visions of women and mankind. Furthermore, existence is full of secrets, and one of the prime secrets of existence is individual himself. Furthermore, literature sounds into that secret. Just as science allows individual to recognize nature, literature allows individual to recognize himself. Lifshitz in 1938 stated that, but this isn't to state on the other aspect, that the subject is selected for simply mythological causes, any more than cause own benefit in art and literature was simply mythological. The condition is more sophisticated than that. Flores' 1938 report that the category situation of this commune is defined in the last section by the situation toward the focal trouble of the age, the inquiry of ownership and force. However, Leninism informs us how to distinguish the genetic content of doings of art, how to detach the living from the defunct in them, how to define what belongs to the outlook and what is the sign of a despicable past. In this specific criticism lies an actual class distinction. At a similar period, the importance of the substitutional notion of cultivation. William in 1977 found that defined cultured existence and techniques was compromised by its visible degrees to superstructural situation and was missed to be improved by those who, in the true procedure of exemplifying it, broke its needful connections with community and the court and in the regions of psychology, art, and doctrine, improved a strong alternative feeling of the constituent human operation itself. It is still not amazing that in the century of the 20th, this substitutional feeling has arrived to overlay and suffocate Marxism with some justification in its most clear errors, but without pushing to face the actual strife which was underlying and so almost purified in the authentic Marxist in Wolff.